welcome back to GTE Retro World. Well, before we get into this monster here, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Jeff and his channel, The Rat Buster, for this, to be honest. If you guys know, he had a competition running, a giveaway competition a couple of weeks back or thereabouts, and you just had to basically just comment on his channel, to be honest, and lo and behold, I was picked out the hat. Can't believe it. So I'd just like to thank Jeff for this, The Rat Buster, and Night Pearl, and also thank his granddaughter for picking out the hat. Much appreciated, Jeff. Fantastic anyway. And yeah, we'll give it a go. Be something interesting to play with there. But yeah, totally shocked. Thank you very much. Right, let's get back to this. Right guys, it's finally time to have a look at this monster that I picked up a month or two back, thereabouts, in with a job lot of radios. I won't say I've been after one for a while. I've admired them over the years, you know, and when one just popped up, I just went for it, you know. So, and before I put this out the way to do work on it, I thought we'll have a look around it now. I can't power it up, it's 110 volt, so it wants the power supply changing probably. I mean, I could use a dropper, but I don't think I'm going to go down that route because I'm probably going to keep this just for monitoring on channel 6 really, on the Super Bowl, because I do enjoy listening to that like a big daft kid really. But there you go. Anyway, it's the DAK Mark IX radio telephone, and it was actually produced by a company called MH Scott Co Incorporated, and it dates from around about 1978ish, thereabouts. And they did two versions of this. They did the SSB version and this, which is just 40 channel AM, and the founder was a bloke called Drew Allen Kaplan, so DAK for short. And there wasn't many of these sold as far as I'm aware. In fact, there were relatively few indeed, so they're quite rare. They're quite vague, these sets, to be honest, finding much on them. There's rumours around that they use a tram radio inside. There's other ones saying that it's actually a high gain. I have no idea, guys. But anyway, it's a hybrid radio, so it's transistorised and valve. But what we'll do anyway, we'll go through a few bits and bobs on it, and I want to pop the lids off. We'll have a little look at it, and like I say, over the next few months I'll start working on bits and bobs. At the moment I've got way too much on, so I'm just going to plough through some of this stuff so I can get it back in out the way where it's going to be worked on, which is not going to be down here. It's been down here too long, this thing. And I'm getting complained that. Anyway, I'll go through it. So what we've got a power on and off, noise blanker on and off, hear them positive clunks there, automatic noise limiter on and off, your RF power and plate, or should I say your RF power and plate current for the meter, you calibrate and for your SWR, you transmit and standby, mic gain, SWR calibrate, delta tune, channel selector, oh I forgot the mic input there, RF gain, squelch, volume and headphones. And up here we've got signal strength, which by the way these meters are huge. Let me get me a little ruler here. I mean, you get an idea how big this is, full stop here. I'll go off the whole side. It's 19 inches wide. That is a big effort, isn't it? By well, it's 9 inches tall. But these meters, I mean, these meters are 2.5 inches. Anyway, signal strength, modulation. Obviously, that's for your peak, isn't it? And your plate and your current for your RF power, and your SWR. That's basically the front of it. I mean, these things are built probably better than how they perform, and well, that's the rumour anyway. Obviously I haven't powered up, so I'm not even going to comment on it, but the condition of this is really good. The lids are really nice on it, the handles are still there. It's missing these screws down here. I don't know where those have gone, to be honest, but I'll soon find some of them. That's not a problem, but other than that, the whole radio is complete. I haven't took the lid off this yet at all, so that's going to be interesting. So you're going to see this the same time as I'm going to see inside, so we'll see what we've got here. And what we'll do first, we'll have a look around the rear of it and the sides, then we'll pop the lids off and have a look here. Right, this is the rear, guys. I have no idea what this hole is for here. It looks either, I have no idea anyway. We'll have a look at that when we lift the lids off. Obviously power cord in, it's rated at 60 watts, 105, 120 volts, 50 to 60 hertz. Like I say, it's 110. I mean, I could get a dropper, but I don't think I'm going to go down that route. but we'll see anyway. I have no idea what this is up the top of here. Again, that looks, I don't know, to be honest. It looks, we'll check that. I'm not too sure. I should have done a bit more homework on that. Extension speaker out and your ground antenna input. Just notice here these are made in Korea. You can see there, Korea on the chassis and Korea on the tag there. And obviously these are FCC licensed, so they're legal in the States, that's for sure. I'm just looking at the serial number there to see if I can see any way of dating this, and I can't really see much other than 37, so it could be 77. And maybe the SSB units come out in 78, because most of them are 78, the SSB units. So this could be 77, I'm not too sure. We might see a bit more inside, but we'll see shortly anyway. Like I say, I'm not too sure why that hole is right through there. No idea whatsoever. It's just a grommet with a, looks like it's had something through there in the past. And this, I am not too sure, guys. Again, I should have done a bit of homework on that, but there you go. Anyway, we'll lift this lid off. We've got 14 screws to remove, just to lift the lid, so that'll be interesting there. I think that's 14. Yeah. Oh, hang on, no we're not, we've got some underneath as well. Let's wrap round. Yeah, 14, 15, 16, be 18 altogether, I think, to whip this lid off. So anyway, guys, we'll do that and we'll come back in a second. Right, guys, that's the 18 screws out. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift this lid. I haven't even lifted this yet, so I'm probably going to be in for a shock as much as you guys are. I'm expecting it to be covered in dust and all sorts of shit with it being there all, but we'll soon see anyway. Right, let's see if I can get this off. We'll have to smash everything else to bits. To be honest, I wanted this out of the way ASAP, to be honest, because it's taking up room down here. And doing this on this desk is probably the biggest thing I'll ever have on here, thank God. So I don't want to damage my radio gear on here. Right, there's that side out. Try and get this out neat without causing a ruckus. What a noise. Well, the cases are in really good condition. Actually, it's not bad in there, you know. Saying that, you get about another 6 rigs in there. Yeah, it's all there, like. Right, okay, so we're getting a bit closer with that, guys. So there's been something come through here which is gone, so that was a modification sometime in its life, past life, and so was this. I have no idea what that was for, but this isn't Cybernet. There's no Cybernet in here, but that's actually a radio chassis there, as you can see. It looks almost like Maxon. But I'll tell you one thing, it's not as dusty as I was expecting. It's actually in quite good fettle, to be honest. Power supply looks easy modifiable, to be honest. That doesn't look too bad. I mean, to be honest, everything looks quite tidy in there. Even the valves look quite clean, to be honest. Yeah, it looks actually quite decent. I've got no idea if it works. Looking at that, I can't see why not. And I tell you one thing, how easy would that be to modify, to put another radio in if you so desired? If you'd thought like, yeah, it wasn't enough. Very easily indeed. No wonder a few of the lads are modifying these. Like, it's had something done with the speaker at one time in its life. But yeah, there's nothing nasty to look at, to be honest. Looks like it's had a little bit of a tweak on that. The outputs, I don't think these output a lot. You think they would, but they don't. They're quite laid back, these things. So obviously this will be driving them. Well, this will be driving that driver, which will be driving that. I'm not too sure what valve that is in there. So I can't see what the driver is of the radio, but it's definitely a 1306 output, which is driving this little 6W6 GT or 6D G6 GT, which is the main output. Is do you know what, I can't see that, guys. I don't know if that'll just lift up or not. No, this one's some screwing out. Tell you what, I want to have a quick look. Where are you? Then I know where I am then. Be careful what you're doing with that for this stuff, guys. I mean, I've been messing about with valves for years, so I know that to drain these down, but this has been left for that long anyway. This hasn't been on for years. Put that out there, that star washer. That should do. That might. No, we won't. We'll take it off. Yeah, I just can't see what valve that is. Like I say, they're a funny hybrid design, these things. Let's have a little look. A Samsung 6L6 GC. Samsung 6L6GC. I didn't even know Samsung did tubes. Well, there you go. And you thought you knew everything about tubes nearly. You know jack shit. Bizarre. So there's the notch. Yeah, everything looks quite clean in there. Like, I'm surprised how well that looks. I don't think this has been used a lot, to be honest. It doesn't look very tired, you know. I think them valves must have been changed at one point. Although the Samsung logo looks a bit old-fashioned, doesn't it? But I have no idea. Like I say, I'll look into that now. I've had that out and had a quick look. So, is that in there? I think that was, wasn't it? Is that the notch? Yeah. So there you go. What I'll do, I'll get a bit more light on it and we'll go a bit further down in there before I close the lid. In fact, I might pop the bottom off anyway and have a look. I'll just put this valve plate back on the top of here. As you can see, this is the front panel anyway, and these are the meter cutouts and the switching. I mean, look at the gauge of this cable. It's unbelievable. It's almost like, well, it's not as thick as quacks, you know, but you can just see it's put together well. You know, I think when these have been built, I think the radio has been the downfall. The rest looks really well put together, you know, even down to the speaker size and whatnot. It's a good size, that. But yeah, I just think it's probably the radio. It looks like I say, looking at that, it looks a bit familiar to Maxon or something around about that nature. Look at it, I'm not 110%, but it does look a bit like it, and the rest is completely alien. Obviously, that being a part of DAK's old thing, to be honest. Some of the coil winds in here are fantastic. It does look really well built. I think this is going to clean up quite well. Hopefully it's had an old boy who's just done a little bit of modification here and there to it. I have no idea what he's had in the back of that. No idea whatsoever. I've only basically want to keep this for Channel 6, the Super Bowl, and just a little listen every now and again, just something nice to have in the shack, you know, to look at as well. But if you ever get bored, you could easily modify this like and drop a multi-mode in here without any hesitation. Very simple indeed. Do away with all this lot. I mean, you could still keep that, like, if you want to have a bit of valve in there, a bit of keep it hybrid, which would be quite nice, I suppose. But it might be a shame to destroy it. Like I say, a few of them do, but yeah, I still need to dig in a bit deeper with this, find some diagrams and whatnot, and see exactly what we're dealing with here. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a handful to work on. I know a few people have said they are a bit of a pain in the ass to work on, but to me it looks quite simple. I mean, I'm no expert tech, but looking at that looks fairly simple. Simply laid out, that, like, to me, you know, it doesn't look like it looks quite a basic circuit to me, like, you know. And that radio, I've seen that board before, and I can't. It looks Maxon, but I just can't think where I've seen that bloody board. Yeah, I thought there might have been something on the back, but they've used the chassis and just dropped it in there. But there's no serial number and nothing on the back. But I've definitely seen that before. That board, Korean. It's got to be Maxon. But anyway, we'll lift the bottom off and we'll have another look in a minute. As well as the 18 I took out for the other lid, I'm going to take out a further 12 just for the bottom. There's a little quality control OK label on here. I don't know whether it's going to go underneath there, then we maybe see a bit more information, but this is the bottom anyway. So let's see what we've got here, guys. I mean, like I say, the galv on there's still nice. Was that? Nah, it's been took off. That's a shame. Yeah, this is in really good condition. Absolute. Yeah, that's in stunning condition, that, like. I'm over the moon about that. Look at the size of that SWR bridge. Jesus. Let's get a bit more light in there. Yeah, if you look along here, guys, this is the SWR bridge. Jesus. I mean, that's got to be 10 inches long. See if I can see anything down there, but that is absolutely, and I mean, look at this. It's like new. This hasn't had a hard life at all. I bet it's an old boy who's had this, hopefully. Bit of dry joints there, straight away I can spot. Yeah, that's an easy one. Anyway, this side's the power supply, as we can see there, guys. I might be better off trying a dropper on this first before I do anything else, really, if I want to keep it original. So I'm just looking at there, the way this power supply works. Yeah, it's powered both sides here by the looks of it. Very interesting. Everything feels really well put together, like. So that's your AC in, obviously. These look a little bit dry here, like a bit flaky, but they're on. Right, that's been recently changed, that cap, you can just tell, because that was been on that glue beforehand, so that's new. These look quite new, these two. Might be wrong, but I think they are, looking at it. Anyway, we'll get this put back together. We'll go from there. Well, anyway, guys, there's a look at the DAK Mark IX as it came to me. You know, you've seen what it looks like internally, externally. It's half decent. There's a little bit of a crack on here, but overall, the radio internally is pretty good. A couple of the modifications have been done over the years by the looks of it, but I'm thinking it's like saying, being an old boy who's had this, and I think it's been almost cherished or looked after within reason anyway. So I can't see it being a problem for it to get it up and running. But yeah, it's amazing the build inside. Like, I mean, the filtration looks bonkers, to be honest, but yeah, we'll get to that a bit later on in the year. I don't think I'm going to be bothering with the electronic side of it until we get towards, you know, after the summer anyway. There's just too much sort of stuff I'm doing, and I'm never gonna, if I promise anything, I'm never gonna get anything done. So we'll probably dig into this a bit later on in the year up there when I get that finally done. So I'm just trying to do too much. Like I said in a few videos, I'm doing that much at the moment, and this time of year I like to do my sports as well. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I mean, I did have plans of destroying this in a way and putting a better radio in it, but I don't think I want to do that at first. I want to get it up and running to see how these actually performed in a standard setup. So we'll see how we'll have a little play and see what we can get out of these things there, see if they're any good. And if I get bored of it, you whirls your ice with this thing. Look at the size of it, Jesus. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out whether this is the biggest radio ever to grace the earth, as in a CB radio, not an AM radio, a CB radio. I'm fairly certain this is probably, I'm going to stick my neck out anyway, guys, and I'm going to say this is probably the biggest CB radio ever made. If you like what you're seeing there, guys, thumbs up wouldn't go amiss, and a subscribe to the channel, and a share as well, that'd be handy. I've never mentioned that before, but yeah, share would be good. Right, guys, thanks for viewing, catch you later.